Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today I'm going to give you 10 ways to increase your break speed within a 5-minute time period. First, have a strong bridge. If you don't have a good bridge, you're not going to have a good solid stroke. You're not going to have a straight stroke, and as you'll hear a little bit later, straight stroke is very important. Those of you who are breaking with an open bridge, God bless you. You can only hit the ball so hard before that bridge starts to let your cue rise up off the table. If you can break with a closed bridge, it is preferred. Next, based on what I just mentioned, keep your cue straight. Keep your cue as level as possible. When you follow through on your stroke, your cue is going to be going down into the table. It is not going to be going up in the air. Keep your cue as straight as possible, just like you would on a draw shot or a follow shot or any other shot and pool. You want to keep your cue down, level, and straight. Next, if you have the funds to do it, a low deflection cue is going to help you with your break. Why is a low deflection break cue important? Because none of us hit the ball exactly in the center. And when you're breaking with a break cue, it usually has a harder tip than a regular cue. That harder tip means that you are more likely to cause deflection as a result of the cue ball not being struck dead center. So if you have a low deflection cue, that cue ball is not drifting off to the left or right as much as it would be with a standard deflection cue. Low deflection cues are very expensive, and I understand if you don't have the investment to make in a low deflection break cue. But if you do have it, if you can afford it, if you play on a super high level, you know the benefits of it, and that is another way to increase your break speed. Next, most people break better, whether they know it or not, with a lighter cue. A 19-ounce cue moves faster through the ball than a 24 or 25-ounce cue. I know the 25-ounce cue feels better in your hand. Now, some of you really big linebacker types, you might be better off with a 25-ounce cue. The average guy is going to put more break speed on the ball with a 19-ounce cue, which means the cue ball is going to be moving quicker, it's going to be more controlled, and you're going to break better. Next, if you don't have a professional break cue or a shaft that is a professional break shaft, and you have a cue that you're designating as your break cue, that's fine. I did it for years. Probably up until 15 years ago, I did not have a professional break cue. So if you have a cue that you have designated as your break cue, at the minimum, put a hard tip on it. Next, going back to fundamentals, follow through on your break. Those of you who are holding up on your break, you're not getting as much speed on that break shot as you could. If you're going to baby your table, you're going to have a lot of shots that you can't perform, because most of those power draw shots, break shots, mass saves, all the things that we need to do in order to have a complete game involve putting some little blemishes on our table. So you need to follow through. Use a break cloth. It'll keep the hot spots from building up from the point where the cue ball is sitting on the table, but it is not going to help you with your streaks that you're going to put on the table with your follow through, but you're going to have a much better break if you follow through on that shot. Next, if you choose to throw your body into the shot, make sure your movement is mostly forward. If you're going to move your body with the shot, move forward and don't overdo it, because all you're going to do is change your contact point on the ball to the point that it's deflecting off the cue ball and some of that energy is being drained. I've seen a lot of people take about 4 miles an hour off their break just by trying to put their body into it. So if you're going to use that body motion, practice it and get into the shot towards the direction that you're shooting, not vertically. Next, chalk. Most professional break cues do not hold chalk well, but put chalk on your tip. Anything that will give you friction to get control of that cue ball even more is going to be important. Those hard tips are sliding, they're glancing off of that round cue ball, and if that is happening, it is taking some of your speed off the shot. That's why you don't want your cue moving up or to the left or the right while you're in the process of shooting it. So anything that's going to get you more grip on that ball, something as simple as chalk, you need to do it even if you have a pro break cue that has a hard phenolic tip that doesn't hold chalk well. Most of you are holding the cue too tight in your grip hand. Your grip should be loose on just about every shot in pool. Even a masse shot, you're holding that cue as light as possible. On your break shot, the same way. Last but not least, practice your break. You guys aren't practicing your breaks often enough. I don't mean, hey, I broke the balls down, let me run a rack of 8 ball, let me play against the ghost and then break again. You're getting in a fraction of the number of breaks that you could get in if you broke and then racked and broke and then racked. And I know it's boring, but you can bet that every professional is doing this. Now, if there's anything that I left out that you guys think other people can benefit from in increasing their break speed, hit me in the comments and let me know. Also, let me know if you picked up any new tips from this video that's going to help you with your break speed. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Oh, are we on the air?